Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm a huge advocate of basically civil disobedience and protesting peaceful. Not the biggest, I'm a pacifist. I wouldn't even run over some beetles today. So I'm not into the burning down buildings, but I'm not gonna tell someone how their voice should be heard. So I'm putting that out there. But I'm a huge fan of telling our government to stick it, because if we don't tell our government to stick it, our government has a tendency to overreach and overstep its bounds. And so every once in a while, we have to remind them that we, the people, are what is important and that we won't be walked on. And yeah, so I am going to do a series on protesting and rioting and throughout the history and how that has advanced our civilization is in our country and how it was built on, and we only seem to listen when protests and riots and things like that are going on, because we can't just, do things like civil adults. We gotta mix things up. So on the first one, we're going to talk about, because it is June and this is a story I have wanted to cover for a very long time, I just not gotten around to it, is the Stonewall riots. Now, the Stonewall riots, for those of you who don't know, are basically what started the civil rights movement for the LGBTQ plus community. And it started because in the 1960s and before, and even to this day, some people think this, which is stupid. You're stupid if you think this. I'm talking to you and IFB members that stalk my page. You're stupid. But moving on. So the police department considered anybody in the LGBTQ plus community to be gathering as just civil disobedience, disorderly, not okay, just their existence basically bothered the New York Police Department. So what they would do is they would intentionally go in and raid gay clubs like the Stonewall Inn, and they would remove liquor license, arrest people, just be all around dicks. And on the night of June 28th, 1969, a drag queen by the name of Moisha P. Johnson had had enough. Now, there are two stories as to what happened, and neither one of them are confirmed. I have my favorite. Other people have theirs, but it's up to whoever. She's still a freaking queen among queens. But, so basically one story is my story, the one I love, because of what she said, was that, she threw a shot glass up against a mirror and said, "I have my civil rights." I love that, because she is stating loud and clear that she's a human being and she has the same rights as those police officers trying to harass her. And I say, you go, mama, you do your thing. The other one is that she threw a brick at a cop, which I don't know which one's true, but I like the "I'm a human being, you will see me" version of it, because as much as I've been trying to focus on this channel of reminding you that the protesters are human beings, that to me stands out and is amazing. So basically, that is what started the riots at Stonewall. On the first day, they had between 500 and 600 protesters. By the second day, they had between 1,000 to 2,000 protesters / rioters. And because these people stood up and said, "I had enough," for 6 days, they protested and rioted in Greenwich Village. 6 days. 6 months later, we had the first LGBTQ plus rights movements in New York, which progressed all around the United States and gave birth to the LGBTQ plus movement that we are still fighting to this day. We advanced that movement because a woman, a drag queen in a bar, said, "I had enough, and you will treat me like I am a human being." And to her, and Moisha is a fucking queen. A fucking queen. And I know I sound like I'm about to cry. I'm always on the verge of crying these days because things going on make me sad. But I have nothing but respect for what they did at Stonewall. I love the birth of Pride Month. It's one of my favorite months. I love celebrating the LGBTQ plus community, and I love the fact that the LGBT plus movement was born off the back of a woman who said, "I had enough. You will treat me like a person. You will give me the same rights you give everybody else, and you will stop with your nonsense." So, the birth of the civil rights movement for the LGBT community came through 6 days of rioting and protesting. there is still massive protesting going on for the LGBTQ plus community to this day, and there were so many other riots throughout that movement and protesting that we are going to discuss. But I wanted to start with that one. I know these are really short and it's not an in-depth history. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to highlight it. There are books out there that you can go and read. Please educate yourself on Stonewall. It was an absolutely amazing thing. And remember, the LGBTQ rights movement was born from 6 days of rioting and protesting. All right, guys, I will see you later.